What's up, YouTube? Magicide here. Welcome back to my little Geek Fest. As it probably sounds right now, there's been some upgrades. I have a few things, or a few administrative tasks that I really want to speak about before we get going again in our little Naath campaign. The first of which, my previous episode, I ended up over-recording. I got about 53 minutes worth of footage. And like I said in my introduction video, I actually really wanted to keep that down to about 25 to 30 minutes per episode. But I accidentally went over, so I actually misspoke at the end of what would be episode 3, saying that we'll be back with the next iteration of it. And that was wrong because I cut it up, obviously. So we're not going to do that from now on. I made that simple mistake, but not a big mistake. The other thing that I want to clear up is we're not playing on Crusader Kings II patch 2.7.3. There is no 0.3. We are on 2.7.1, which is the most up-to-date version of Crusader Kings II, and we are playing on the Game of Thrones mod 1.4.1. And also, as you can tell by my voice, like I just said a moment ago, we have upgrades. So this is Magicide Voice 2.0. I got a better mic, a pop filter, a condenser, and a few other things. I'm waiting for my little recording mic arm thingy to come in the mail. But otherwise, we should be good to go. You can actually hear my voice. I had a friend of mine say that I have a nice geek voice with my old headset. It's good for gaming, but not that great for recording. So this is probably going to, or should hopefully, make it sound a hell of a lot better. I did some test recordings earlier, and it sounds pretty fantastic. The other thing I want to mention is that when I named my heirs, the first of which, my first daughter, I misspelled her name. It's not Missandei with an E, it's Missandei with an A. And same thing with her brother. It's not Mosodor, it's Mosader, or Mosader. So, a little bit of a correction there, but otherwise it's pretty minor. Anyways, as we left off before, we got a claim, I believe, on the Isle of Flies here. So let's give it take a look-see here. We do indeed have a strong claim on the lordship of the Isle of Flies. So we are going to move our Justiciar. I'm going to move you over to the other island. Right there. Okay. So anyway, so let's take a look and see what he's got. He's got a total of 649 troops, and he only has a, what is it, a non-aggression pact? Okay, that's fine. So we outnumber his troops by a lot. Actually, let's go into our military tab here. So we've got about almost 2,500 troops and a good amount of boats, of transport ships. That's something that I'm hoping that Paradox implements in a future DLC pack, is actually some maybe naval warfare. When I first started playing this, I was actually a little disappointed because I started off on Newbie Island, which as a Irish count, and I kept getting raided by all of the Vikings, and it was really annoying. So I figured if I put my boats in the water, my ships, that it would prevent them, and it didn't, because there's no naval combat. And which seems a little weird because naval combat's been a thing for millennia, and it's not apparent, or it's not a portion of this game for whatever reason. But nevertheless, let's get started here. We are going to declare war on this fool over here. Heidi ho there, neighbor. We's going to war. Alright. So here, this is what I was talking about in the original episode about getting the malice when we declare war, because we are supposed to be pacifistic through our religion. The peaceful people, we Naathi, are called by seafarers, for we will not fight even in defense of our homes and persons, which seems a little weird. This is because Naathi do not kill, not even beasts of the field and wood. We eat fruit, not flesh. We make music, not war. Wow. So we take a big hit not only to prestige, but also to our purity. And looks like it's just our... okay, so it does... we do get a opinion malice, but not to everybody within our realm. It looks like it's just to our direct vassals, which is terrible. But it's only minus 15, so it's not that big of a deal. However, since we're going to be declaring war all the time, or as as fast as we can get claims and we can afford it, this may be a problem. But 60 months isn't too bad. So we're going to do it. We're going to raise our levy here and our transport ships. So let's go ahead and merge everybody. Alright, we got our commanders. We do actually have, let's see here, we got Caro, Eskender, and we want Rudo leading. And we will have Caro here. Okay, we're gonna move you guys over. Oh, that's right, I forgot I was carousing. So just words of the wise for anybody that's kind of new to this game. If you start a carousing, you send your carousing invites, and then all of a sudden you declare war, it'll cancel out your carousing. But if it's far enough in the actual carousing, or the actual feast itself, and you declare war, you should be alright. So let's go ahead and start moving our troops over. Going to be taking a slight penalty here. His troops went somewhere. I think they went in their ships. Oh, they're landing their troops on my terrain here. So what we're going to do is split in half. Oh, can't. Alright, so we're going to siege his stuff down. We might have to play a little bit of tag here because he's going to siege my province down while I siege his, and I'm going to take attrition, unfortunately. Really, only had one. Oh boy. Okay, so it looks like my brother's kid just died. So this little island here only has a 1,000 troop supply limit. So that's why we're taking this attrition. Some high-valued prisoners. Oh, outstanding. We are going to torture. Actually, we're going to see if we can ransom you. I really want to play around with the new prisoner mechanics because I haven't had a chance to do so yet. So let's go ahead and I was complaining about the Dark Souls. You can stay where you're at. Alright, so we got a peace offer. But first, before we do that, I actually want to take a look at the peace, or the prisoners that I've got. I want to go to ransomable. Yes, absolutely. Can I ransom them all? So I think that's actually his kid, so that's why he's doing it. Yes, absolutely. So we now have a new province. Alright. So we can move our transports. We can actually disband our units here. And by the way, for anybody else that might be watching that's new, you never actually really want to click this disband unit from selecting your armies, because if you do this and you have retinue in the vanilla game, you have a chance of actually disbanding them. You should get like a little red text in the box asking you if you're sure or whatever, but I find it's better, or it's at least a bit more safe to do it from your military tab and just disband them from there, unless of course you want to split up your units and just disband them individually. Okay, so we've got our navy here, and we're gonna disband them, of course. We don't want to pay for our transports. So we've got our... So we have no more prisoners. So why am I still getting this? Okay, so he's not willing to ransom them anymore, probably because either he doesn't exist. Actually, where is this guy? Okay, so you just moved to a new province, so that's perfectly okay with me. Alright, so we have some marriages that need to happen, and... Alright. So we have this new province here. Custody for too long, I hereby offer to pay for the ransom. Sold. So, do we have anything else that's going on here? Let's not the... There we go, that's what we want. But let's take a look here. I think it was these 3 islands that actually form this duchy. Yes. Okay, so I believe I only need the 2 provinces to be able to actually form the duchy if it hasn't been formed already, which it looks like it hasn't. But once I have the majority of which, I can form it, and then I'll automatically get a de jure claim on the 3rd island. So while that's going on, actually, you know what? I need to actually send out some new carousing invites. So let's do that. Let's go to vassals. Oh, I do have that one vassal, don't I? You are a Basilisk Islander. We could probably revoke your title, I'm assuming. Wow, that's a huge prestige hit. Is that... I really wonder if that's actually in the vanilla game now. Because I don't remember ever getting a big prestige hit like that in the base game. But I don't care. I want my own culture to be in there. So we're going to do that. If you go to war, then I'll come over there and crush your face. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to right-click on it and create a new vassal out of thin air. Let's see who we got here. Hopefully somebody amenable to our actions. Alright, you're looking pretty good. Let's actually take a look at our other vassals. One of them, the guy that actually is paying us the most amount of money, he doesn't like us now because we revoked a vassal title and the War of Aggression, which is too damn bad. Unfortunately, with the Game of Thrones mod, there isn't the other minor titles that you can hand out to these people to actually, you know, buff up their opinion of you. So, spend some time immersed in some tones, describe various cultures. Oh, okay, so this is what I was talking about originally. So my character has the sort of the carousing focus, and since that's the highest tier for the diplomacy focuses, or foci I should say, it's giving me these random events to actually increase my skill in that field. Whereas if I had stewardship, I should also get a chance to get the random event where it actually increases my rank. There's 4 ranks, I've got the lowest one, and we really want that to be maxed out at level 4, which is Midas's Touch, because when I start educating my children and I have guardianship over them, they should end up having a chance at getting that. But I think it's a little bit different from the last time I played the Game of Thrones mod, because I believe it all comes down to how you educate your children, and that's why I set that game rule down to low, because it's really annoying when you have to pay a shit ton of money to educate, you know, your 8 different children. Let's make wifey like us, so we'll give her 15, or give her some ruby earrings. Oh, look at that. We had the mission here to fall in love, and this is the event that we want, so we are now in love with our wife. Which is great, because your wife, or your spouse in general, if they have a low opinion of you, you better believe they're gonna try to assassinate you or start stirring up a bunch of problems in your realm, which you do not want. That whole old maxim of happy wife, happy life definitely applies in this game. And we just fell in love. I'm surprised it didn't give us a bigger opinion boost. But the other thing too is the higher the opinion goes, the more chance that you guys are going to copulate, that you're going to breed and make some children. And that's what we're going to try to do. We're going to try to spread my bloodline all across my empire, my budding empire. So we've got, how many kids now? We got 2 kids. So since we're taking the hit to purity, we're not going to take the Paragon of Virtue mission. We are going to do the 5 children, I believe. That sounds pretty good. And oh yeah, that's right, I forgot about sending out carousing invites. Let's do that. We want to send carousing invites to everybody. So let's take a... That's fine. So, alright, so people are saying yes to my little drinking escapade. So it looks like Highgarden here has managed to push their way into being a 3-province area, and they've might be working on getting the rest of their duchy out of the way. So who do we have over here? Oh, that's right, Mace Tyrell. Shouldn't he be fat? Shouldn't that be one of his, he's gluttonous, but I don't see fat. I know that a while back when I played this, I remember seeing Lord Robert. He actually had the fat trait. So where would they be located actually? Okay. So we make a new friend. Awesome. Let's actually try to find somebody here. So we want the socializer trait. It gives us a big boost to diplomacy and the other bonuses there. I always, generally speaking, I try to keep that as being my baseline trait that you get from the individual focus, or the foci. I really try to use that the most. It's the most, or it's probably the easiest one to get, in my opinion, because it's just like clockwork. You just go carousing 3 times, and then you get the option to get this. You could be a hedonist, which makes you, pump out more kids. And then there's the other trait that you can get, which is a game master. But I don't know if that's actually in this game or in this mod, but I know it's in the base game. It's where you're basically playing chess as you drink. All right, so we are now a socializer. Let's see here. Can we change our focus yet? We can. Okay. Since we have that, let us. We want money, and we're going to try to increase our rank. So we're going to go to stewardship. The problem with going with stewardship is that you have a chance of getting the stressed trait. Okay, let's see here. Party of... man, I'm going to have to make them pay. Let's see here. Which one? You guys... You're the one that doesn't like me very much. Oh, you are the one that likes me. Okay. Don't really care about the rebellion. Wow. Outstanding. Look at that. We just got stressed. I mean, it wasn't even through one of the events from having the stewardship focus. That's terrible. So the Isle of Serpents is trying to fabricate a claim on us. Where is the Isle of Serpents? Which one are you? You are Death Isle. Okay, you guys. How many troops do you guys have? You guys are pitiful. Alright, so wifey's pregnant with my 3rd child. Alright, charity work, so we get some purity. We're going to need that. Take a look at our vassals again. Okay, so... I think it's because I went carousing with him, so that actually boosted his opinion of me a little bit. Trying to get his opinion up a little bit more. I could send him a gift, but sending a gift to your merchant class is... Well, it's only 15 gold here, so let's go ahead and do it. Because I want that money, money, money. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, obviously, he's got an opinion of positive 17. He's only paying us 3.2 ducats, whereas this guy's got a 60 opinion of us, giving us 5.1 ducats. Are any factions growing? That's great. Okay, so we can actually have another bodyguard. Oh, that's an absurd request, sir. We are not going to do that. Which sucks because now his opinion is going to be even lower. So we got this courtier here that can become a bodyguard. So why don't we go ahead and do that? Okay, he didn't take too big of a hit. So let's actually go to the Stormlands. I want to see where... Oh, where are you? Storm's End. King Robert. Lord Robert. He's a rebel leader. Who are you actually at war with? So he's actually attacking Lord Rhaegar. So instead of going for King's Landing... Oh, actually, excuse me. Wow. So am I tripping out here or what? So where is King's Landing? So this is King's Landing here, but why is it calling it Dragonstone? Wasn't that... Oh, where is Dragonstone? There it is. So he owns both. He must have inherited it when his father, the Mad King, died, who died of... Oh, he was assassinated. Oh, that's excellent. So it looks like Robert is actually attacking the Iron Throne right now. Oh, daughter. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't care. Let's just keep it at that. Let's see here. How old is my first daughter? I don't know what this temp 2 is. I don't know why it's bugging out like this. I have that sneaking suspicion that because I have all of the up-to-date mod version and the vanilla version, but I have Conclave off, I'm wondering if that's causing this issue. So I'm now known as the Mary. A little late on that game. I probably should have gotten that nickname, that title. Crease County Levy. Wow, that's terrible. So anyways, I probably should have received this when I was still a carouser. Maybe I'm getting it because I have the socializer trait. That maybe that's what it is. So since you're still here, let's go ahead and do a matrilineal marriage. I don't think we have any genius or quick babies yet. So you're... Sure. He's got a lisp. That's unfortunate. That can be passed on to your children. All right. But he's my counselor, and he's a genius. I'm going to lose some prestige for doing this. I don't really want to do that, though. I don't really care, sis. He's a good man. Okay, that's fine. Let's go over to my sister here. You have no children yet. Oh, wow. Okay, so she died. See, this is my problem, is that the last time I played, after I recruited a court physician, I had this on, and it was like after a month or two of having that court physician, I automatically got a new pop-up saying I needed to recruit a court physician, even though I just filled that position. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's take a look at my other siblings, make sure that they're married, which they are. And you're only 27. Oh boy. We're always taking these hits to prestige. Don't want that, because once I get that claim, we're going to rock and roll. We're going to conquer another little island. But unfortunately, when you fabricate a claim, it's going to take that hit to prestige. And you don't want to dip down into negative prestige, if at all possible. But unfortunately, that's kind of the way it's going to have to go. Alright, so... serve the court. Sabotage. Actually, let's have him go and sabotage this province. That would be pretty handy dandy. Make their life a little bit more miserable. What can you do? You organize the army. So levy reinforcement rate, horde maintenance cost, and you just give me more troops. So we want to keep you doing that. It's been growing feverish. Alright, court physician. Time to work your mojo. Well, that's terrible. Wifey died. Let's just do... Oh, boy, it's going to be a lot of gold. Christ. Okay, so we're just going to do